9. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And so it was. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed after the fruit, tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. I just want to stop there. We saw the Garden of Eden from Revelation 21, 22, and the nations take of the tree for their healing. Now, of course, we haven't got to the creation of man and woman, but I want to make a quick point that before the fall, before man sinned, the whole of creation was vegetarian, as will be the same in the eternal state. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. One thing you will see, verse after verse in Genesis, is the Lord brings forth beast and tree and anything that he makes after its kind. And there's two terms which are put out in evolutionary circles. There's macroevolution and there's microevolution. And microevolution teaches the biblical account that dogs produce dogs, cats produce cats, so on and so forth. Whereas macroevolution would say that a dog could produce a cat, which could produce a rat, which could produce a human being. And that is taught in every university all over the world. But the Bible doesn't understand that to be so. The Bible teaches microevolution to bring forth fruit after its kind. 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Now again, there's no reason to doubt these are literal 24 hours of the day. These would be your literal lunar days. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. That's going to be your stars, of course. 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give a light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. That's quite obvious, the sun and the moon. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. That fowl, of course, is a reference to birds, Old English for birds. 21. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Now some people are thinking of theistic evolutionists, people who believe in a higher being, use this to prove macroevolution, because it says that the living creatures are brought forth from the waters. But of course that's not what it means. It simply means that they mate in the water, and therefore they bring forth their own kind. So once again, microevolution would be the correct term here, not macroevolution. 22. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. I want to come back to that expression in a minute, fill in the earth, because on verse 28 we get into a bit of interesting scripture. But here they're simply told to fill the waters and multiply in the earth. 23. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. 24. And God said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind. Again, microevolution. Cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and every thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Okay, now the first several chapters we've seen day 1 right up to day 5. And as you would imagine, the grass went down first, the literal seeds and trees. Then, of course, the animals came along bit by bit, the whales and all of the sea creation. And, of course, by 26, man arrives on the scene. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." Now this should be quite obvious that Adam was the first man, and he had total dominion over the entire creation on the earth. And he even names the animals a little later on. But a lot of the animal rights people take great offence to this bit of scripture. But the Lord wanted Adam to enjoy his creation, and of course what went with that was great power and great privilege. 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And that is probably the most important part of scripture after the birth, death, burial and resurrection of Jesus Christ. If you are a Bible-believing Christian, you will have to defend creation as and where you can. If we lose creation, then we've lost our witness, we've lost our testimony, because creation is absolutely paramount to biblical Christianity. 28, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth." Just want to hold it there for a minute. Now this expression, replenish the earth, if you get any dictionary, the word replenish simply means to put in what was once there. And I was doing a quick study yesterday before I did this batch of videos, just to see what other Bibles have the word replenish. And the Bishop's Bible is the only other Bible that I was able to find that had the word replenish. And of course, if you hold to the gap theory, which I don't, but if you do hold to the gap theory, this is probably your strongest bit of scripture to prove, you would have us believe, that man was once upon a time on the earth. And of course the gap theory doesn't teach man per se was on the earth, but that the angels, the sons of God, were on the earth. And there are some interesting arguments for the gap theory, which I won't get into now. But the Bishop's Bible, as I say, has the same word replenish. All of the other Bibles after the AV, the Authorized Version, put the word fill the earth. But here it has the expression replenish the earth. But go back to verse 21 and 22. Here you have the whales that are created, and they weren't told to replenish the earth. They were told to fill the earth. Now it's possible that if you go for the gap theory, that there weren't any waters, and therefore hence why they wouldn't be told to refill what was once there. But verse 24 and 25, you have the cattle that are made, and they aren't told to replenish or even to multiply. So these groups of cattle, these groups of beasts, if they're just ordinary beasts, then you would expect them to be told to replenish or refill, or to bring forth after their own kind. But they have a limited remit here, a limited mandate, not told to repopulate. So keep that in mind, that this expression replenish is cited by the gap theorists, and of course those who don't hold to the gap theory would say it is a mistake, it shouldn't be there, and I don't believe in that either. I think it's there for a reason, but let's just say that the jury is out as of making this video as to what that should actually mean. So back to 28, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." What a great commission. The Lord's blessed them, He's made them, and He's given them a very clear mandate that they are going to rule the world. Of course, that will be a greater fulfillment in the millennium for the saved saint. 29. And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. Again, these are vegetarians, and the Lord has given them everything that they would need. Go to 1 Corinthians. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1. There are people that don't feel that they are equipped to do anything for the Lord. Look at verse 5. Then everything ye are enriched by him in all utterance and in all knowledge. So if you are already born again, you are completely equipped in him to do whatever he wants you to do. Never mind a special commission, never mind having hands laid on you, never mind this or that. You're already totally enriched by him. Similar to what we see from the Garden of Eden.